Hi everyone, I am very excited to have Charmed Lacquer's very first collection to share with you. I bought this collection myself. It's really fun. I was so happy when I heard that Janixa was starting her own brand, and I actually set an alarm for the launch so that I would be one of the earliest customers. Charmed Lacquer is inspired a lot by, I think I'm pronouncing this right, kawaii culture, where everything is very happy and very cute. It's all everyday items, but with like these adorable little personalities. So one thing that you're probably going to notice watching this video is that I have tape over my caps. The caps are really cute, and that's what you're seeing on the screen right now. This is from the Charmed Lacquer website. And those are the caps that are going out now. Because I was one of the earliest customers, I got a slightly different cap, and there was a copyright issue with Crayola, but the issue has already been solved. These caps that you see now do not have a copyright problem. I just didn't want to stir up any drama or bring back an issue that had already been resolved. So that's the only reason why there's tape on my caps. Anyway, it's a very cute collection. I love the bottles and caps. They have very nice brushes, which we knew we would get from Janixa. I was sort of hoping it would end up that her first release would end up being kind of a like fall collection, but the crayons I think are kind of like a back to school sort of theme, and it makes sense that she would want to release a rainbow of creams just so people can kind of get to know what to expect from the brand formula wise. One more thing that you might notice is that for the yellow crayon color, I switched to swatching on my right hand. That's because I had a lot of red staining on my nails from a previous polish, not red crayon, but a polish that I was wearing before. And my camera was really picking up that staining, and it looked orange on my screen, but it didn't look that orange in real life. So I want to show you guys a more accurate color, so I switched to my right hand that did not have as much staining. So anyway, let's get right into the swatches. So first up is red crayon, and is a very bright saturated red. It had a pretty smooth formula even on the first coat, which some of them were a little bit streaky on the first coat, but not the red. I ended up doing the red in 2 coats to get full opacity. I was a little bit concerned about the cap shape and if it would be difficult to manage. I didn't have any problems with it personally. It felt kind of similar to the Mooncat cap. It took a little bit of getting used to, but it really wasn't difficult. So here is red crayon in 2 coats with a glossy top coat. Next we have orange crayon. They all have a similar cream formula. This one was not quite as opaque as the red crayon color. I ended up using 3 coats on this one. I maybe could have gotten away with 2 coats if I had applied it just a little bit thicker. And this is a bright, I would call it like kind of medium orange, and it's quite saturated. The formula and the brush are both really easy to use. I had just a little bit of visible nail line still at 2 coats, so I applied a 3rd, but probably depending on nail length and application, it might be 2 coats. So here is orange crayon and 3 coats under my ring light. Next up is yellow crayon. This was a 3-coater on me, which is actually very common with yellows. I don't really know why, but for some reason yellows are really difficult to make opaque. But the formula was still easy to work with, and it has the same brush and same cap. I think of this as like a school bus or canary yellow. It's really bright. And the formula was smooth in 2 coats, but I added a 3rd for full opacity. So here is yellow crayon in 3 coats. And I switched to my right hand because I had a lot of staining on my left hand. Now I'm swatching green crayon. This was one of the only ones that I had any trouble with the formula. It was a bit streaky on the first coat, and it took 3 coats for me to get it fully opaque. But it's a really pretty color, and I didn't have any trouble with drying time or anything like that. I tend to apply in very thin coats, so that might have been part of my problem. But it looked good in 3 coats and it was fully opaque. Here is green crayon in 3 coats. Next up is blue crayon, which is probably my second favorite in the collection. It's very, very bright and saturated. I got blue crayon opaque in 2 coats. It looks a little bit streaky in the first coat, but it completely evens out by the second. I think of this kind of bright cobalt blue as kind of like the Cookie Monster blue. Maybe I'm just really hung up on the back to school and crayons, but it's a really beautiful, fun color. And this is blue crayon in 2 coats. Last is violet crayon, and this is my favorite in the collection. I won't say that I don't have any like it. I don't have any creams in this violet. A lot of the polishes I have in this particular shade of violet, which is probably my favorite color, have other things like glitter and things in them, so I am happy to have this one. And violet crayon was fully opaque on me in 2 coats. Here is violet crayon in 2 coats. I really like the collection so much that I decided to give myself a cute little lazy gradient kind of Skittle rainbow Manny. Okay. Hi! So my daughter's going to help me with the comparison part. So for the comparisons, I tried to get all creams in similar colors because these are all cream formulas. So in the middle is the red crayon by Charmed Lacquer. On this side is the Simple Colors. Do you remember the name?
Ruby.
And on the other side is the Orly Breathable.
Cherry Bomb.
Yeah. So I think it's closest in color to Ruby. And the Cherry Bomb leans maybe just a little bit more orange than the red crayon or Ruby.
Ruby is the closest to red crayon.
Yeah, I think they're pretty close. So for orange crayon, we have orange crayon is in the middle, and we have Essie's
Check in, check out.
Check in and check out. Yep. And on the other side, we have Sally Hansen's Extreme Wear, and it's called, what is it called? Sun-Kissed. And this one is different than both of them. It's actually almost in the middle of the two. I think it's a bit closer to Sun-Kissed. The Essie has just a little bit more, I guess it leans a little bit more pink.
Yeah, it's pink.
Mm-hmm. So for the yellows, I didn't have any just straight creams. So I really don't have anything quite like it in my collection. So I used two that have some shimmers in them. So on one side is
Sunny Side Up, and the other.
Yeah, so on one side we have Sunny Side Up from the summer collection, and on the other side we have, it's called Cesium the Day.
Cesium the Day.
We have Cesium the Day from the Melting Point collection. And this is different from both of them. It is closer to the Sunny Side Up, but it's a straight cream without a shimmer, which I apparently just don't really have in this kind of like bright school bus sunshine yellow. So in the middle again is Charmed Lacquer's Green Crayon.
Green Crayon and
Touch
grass.
Mm-hmm.
I said grass.
And then there's LA Colors. Refresh. And then LA Colors Refresh. And again, this actually isn't like either of them. Touch Grass is darker, maybe more like a dark kind of pine green. Refresh has a little bit more yellow to it. And then Green Crayon has maybe just like a little drop of gray, maybe. Or at least that's how it's looking on the swatch wheel.
Gray. Wait, no. I'll get that.
What do you think?
It's a bit darker, but that's okay.
Yeah. So in the middle, I have the Charmed Lacquer Blue Crayon. And it's a very super saturated blue. So on this side is, you remember what the Orly's called?
It's Whitney Beats.
And then Sinful Colors. Endless Blue. So all three of these are very saturated blues. I think the Orly is just a bit darker.
I'm trying to get these.
So for purple crayon in the middle, I have an LA Colors.
Named
Tropical Paradise.
Tropical Paradise.
Yep. LA Colors Tropical Paradise. And Zoya.
Becca.
And again, this one is different than both of the most similar ones. The LA Colors is much more blue leaning, which kind of surprised me. I didn't think it was, I mean, I saw that it was blue leaning in the bottle. I just didn't think it was quite that blue.
Oh yeah, it is blue. Wait, which one matches my shirt the most?
I think the Charmed Lacquer.
Yeah, the crayon.
The Zoya is a little bit grayish and a little bit brownish, and then Violet Crayon is just very violet, so it's actually my favorite in the collection. Okay, thank you, sweetie.
Bye!
That was the Crayon Box collection. I think it was a really good kind of introductory collection. I enjoyed the packaging a lot. The caps are very cute and they look like crayons. I thought they were bright, fun colors and pretty easy to use formulas and brushes. As of time of filming, some of them are sold out, but last I heard, she is planning on restocking all the colors. I hope you enjoyed the video and I will talk to you next time. Bye.